You ever think about how strange it is that Dumbledore, one of the wisest and most powerful wizards in the world, chose to leave the boy who lived with the frickin' Dursleys, the worst muggles imaginable? After all, Harry had a world full of witches and wizards who would have loved to raise him. Even someone like Sirius Black was prepared to take him in. So why? Why would Dumbledore, who always seemed to know everything, make a decision that looked so cruel on the surface? Well, like most things with Dumbledore, there's a deeper reason. And by the end of this video, you'll realize he might have made the only choice that could have saved Harry's life and shaped him into the hero who would one day defeat Voldemort. Now, it's your boy Stevie Hayes. Welcome to the Loreverse, and let's dive in to this. Now, let's go back to that night, October 31st, 1981. Voldemort was defeated, Lily and James were dead, and Harry Potter, the boy who lived, had just become a legend before he could even walk. When Hagrid brought baby Harry to Privet Drive, it wasn't just a random choice. Dumbledore knew the Dursleys were Harry's only remaining blood relatives through Lily's sister Petunia, and that mattered more than anyone realized because in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Dumbledore finally tells us why. He placed powerful blood magic on Harry when he left him there, a protective charm tied directly to Lily's sacrifice. So, as long as Harry could call the Dursleys his home, Voldemort couldn't touch him. And this charm wasn't some simple spell, it was ancient emotional magic, one that Voldemort, for all of his knowledge, would never understand. In the Sorcerer's Stone, Dumbledore says something very fascinating too. He says this: to have been loved so deeply, even though the person who loved us is gone, will give us some protection forever. And this was the root of Lily's protection. When she chose to die for Harry, she created a old form of magic, one powered not by wands, but by love. Dumbledore, ever the scholar, recognized that this love wasn't just symbolic, it was magical law. So by leaving Harry with Lily's blood Petunia, Dumbledore anchored that magic in a real physical way. So as long as Harry lived there, the enchantment would hold. Think of it like a seal, right? Harry's safety wasn't just emotional, it was territorial. And the Dursleys' home was a sanctuary Voldemort couldn't breach. And this lore ties all the way back to the book of ancient blood charms that is referenced in the Half Blood Prince book. And Dumbledore's decision wasn't just random, it was drawn from deep magical theory, something he likely studied during his time as Transfiguration Professor, later as Headmaster. But that's only half the reason, because the other half is personal. Dumbledore didn't just want Harry to be saved, he wanted him to be grounded. And if Harry had grown up in the wizarding world, he would have been a celebrity before he could even talk. The chosen one, the boy who lived, as they say already. He would have had every bit of fame, adoration, and privilege that comes with being a living legend. And Dumbledore knew that kind of child would have destroyed him. We saw what happened to Tom Riddle when power and special treatment came too early. He grew up feeling superior, different, and chosen. Dumbledore has seen that story before, and he wasn't about to let that story just repeat itself again. So he made the hardest choice a mentor could make. He left Harry in a home where he'd be humbled, where he'd be mistreated, yes, but where he'd also learn to be strong, resilient, and kind despite cruelty. And it's tragic, but it's very Dumbledore. He understood that greatness without humility becomes corruption. And that's something Tom Riddle never ever learned. Petunia Dursley is one of the most overlooked pieces in the whole entire Harry Potter story. She resented magic and she resented her sister for being special, but despite that, when Dumbledore left Harry at her doorstep, she took him in. And in the Half-Blood Prince, Dumbledore tells Harry, she may have taken you grudgingly, furiously, and unwillingly, but she still took you. And that act sealed the protective magic. Petunia's acceptance, however reluctant, was the linchpin that kept Harry safe. And it's really poetic, to be honest, because Lily's love saved Harry from Voldemort the first time, but Petunia's reluctant compassion, really her choice, saved him 4 years after. And that's a theme that runs deep through all of Harry Potter lore. The power of choice. Voldemort never understood it, but Dumbledore lived by that very thing. See, Dumbledore wasn't just playing for the moment, he was playing for the end game. He knew Voldemort would return someday. He knew Harry's connection to him would run deeper than anyone suspected. So he needed Harry to grow up away from that influence in a world where Voldemort's power couldn't touch him and where his ego couldn't either. So by the time Harry enters Hogwarts, he wasn't just the boy who lived. He was someone who valued friendship, compassion, and sacrifice, all traits that made him the opposite of Voldemort. And that's why Dumbledore's choice wasn't cruel, it was calculated mercy. He knew Harry's path would be painful, but he also knew it would make him strong enough to do what no one else could. And remember what Dumbledore told Harry in the Goblet of Fire: Dark and difficult times lie ahead. Soon we must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy. And that's just not regular schmegular advice. It's a reflection of his own choice. Leaving Harry with the Dursleys wasn't easy for him, but it was right. So the next time you think about that image, baby Harry in the basket, the Dursley asleep inside, and Dumbledore walking away into the night, remember, this wasn't abandonment. It was protection. It was love in the most painful form imaginable. Because Dumbledore wasn't raising a hero, he was raising someone who could understand the one thing Voldemort never could, that love is the most powerful magic in the world. Now, if you enjoyed diving into this side of Harry Potter lore, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the wizarding world, because in this universe, nothing happens by accident. Now, this video came to my mind because somebody made a video questioning Dumbledore's reasons. And a lot of people, really are throwing smut on Dumbledore's name because Dumbledore does a lot of things. Like Dumbledore is those guys that he's able to make the unpopular decision because he has a end game and a plan ahead. And that's why Dumbledore is one of my favorite characters in the Harry Potter book. Sometimes I enjoy reading Dumbledore more than Harry at times. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. More Harry Potter content to come because I'm reading all of the books. So there's going to be a few months of just straight Harry Potter. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, and peace out.